Hello, my name is T-Money, and today I got new parts for a new scooter. And I'm going to start out by explaining why I need a new scooter and my thoughts on my current scooter. So, starting off, I love this deck. It is the Leo Spencer signature deck. It's a very nice deck, really light. I think it's about 2.9 pounds, or maybe 3 pounds, but durability is not the greatest if you're going to be doing a lot of crazy tricks like buttercups, bries, tricks over the box, kicklesses, etc. And the main problem I had was I broke the brake 2 times within 2 months. That's not great. The brake, I'd say Fusion should upgrade their brake and maybe put a little bit more effort into just making the simple things like the brake. And with the deck, I cracked the deck like within 2 months of having this deck. I've had this deck for about a year now. It's just completely destroyed, and I've crashed so many times because I've got my foot caught on that. And lastly, the axle, the whole back axle, it's really easy to break. I bent the wheel so it's not perfectly straight. As you can see, it's on an angle, it's angled left, and so when I land on my certain tricks, it causes me to slide out because the wheel is not straight. And then for my handlebars, I have the NV Reapers. I really do recommend these bars, except be careful. Your fingers do get caught in these holes and it does hurt. And with the clamp, I have a contrast, the white contrast fork. It's a really nice fork, except it is a little bit more heavy, and so that will take a bit of weight off. And then I have the NV Prodigy S8 fork, which is a really nice fork, but it is very heavy. And I got the Oath Bermuda wheels. I love these wheels. This is like by far, I think, in my opinion, the best looking wheels that you can get. And another quick problem that I had with this deck was within the whole compression system, I broke the bearings really fast. I think that where the bearings go, I think that space is too tight, because when I land, every time I can hear a crack when I land, and slowly it's been loosening my bars and making me feel less safe when I ride my scooter. And that's it for my scooter currently. I highly do recommend these bars and this deck. Just be cautious of when buying this deck because it will break eventually. And now to move into the new scooter parts. I'm really excited for this. And all these parts we got off of the Volt Pro Scooters website. It's not a sponsored video, but just we got them from there. And I'm very excited to see what's inside. All right. Okay. I know a little bit of what's going to be in here, but I'm really excited to see how everything looks. And when you're riding a scooter, just make sure to put that helmet on, because it will help that much. Trust me, it will save your life. I've hit myself in the face multiple times during rides. Okay, so the first thing that I notice in the box is the clamp, or the fork, and the deck. Here's a little thing from the Volt Pro Scooters, just to show us what we ordered. This is very well packaged. Here's some grip tapes. We'll get into those in a second. Jeez, how much packaging is that in here? Okay, here is the Ethic Pandemonium deck, the matte black one. I've had my eye on this deck for a while, and I'm very excited to see how it turns out and how it looks. All right, so now for some other stuff. We got the Ethic Astion wheels, I think. I probably said that wrong, but I really do like how these wheels look. They're gonna be really light because, again, they are Ethic parts. Here's another Ethic wheel, same exact one, black. And then here we got the NV HIC compression kit. It is compatible with the Pandemonium deck, so if you get that, make sure to check this out. This is actually the same the HIC compression kit I have in my current scooter now. It's very smooth and it will last you a while. It's just the bearings are broken. I didn't bring the headset. And then with this is going to be the spacer that goes right under the clamp. Alright, this is called the headset. And I'm excited for this. This is gonna be red and with matte black parts. Red on matte black. And then right here, what is this? This is Ethic Base Series. It's a double clamp. This is gonna be really light because again, it's an Ethic part. And then finally, here is the multi-use scooter tool. This will come in handy a lot because a lot of different parts, that means a lot of different screws. So this is gonna help me a lot when tightening and installing new parts. And that's it. Okay, just really quick, I got all the parts out and set up neatly so I can unbox them. And I think I'm gonna start out with the grip tape. I love this grip tape. It is the American flag for life. I love this grip tape. I'm definitely gonna be using this, and this is gonna be probably the first part I put on. And I just wanna say thank you to my dad for hooking me up with these amazing parts for my birthday. And with this grip tape, I thought it was gonna be red, white, and blue, but it's just red and black, and I like that a lot more. And I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little bit of blue in between the stars, and I think that's pretty cool. I don't remember who made this grip tape, specific grip tape, but it was one of Clayton Lindley's friends that made this particular grip tape. And I'm so happy he made this because this grip tape is awesome. And the next part I'm gonna go to is the Ethic wheels. Let's take a look at these bad boys. They look really amazing. And these are, I think they're 120 or 110s. Oh my gosh, these things are beautiful. Look at that. And there's aluminum in the middle, so it's like kind of flashy. It's I got a new fidget spinner. You like it? Yeah, I really like these wheels, and these are 110s. Acneon, I think is what it's called. And honestly, these look really legit. I feel like this is gonna be a really good wheel, and it's really light. It's a lot lighter than the Honeycore wheels I had, and that's really surprising considering Honeycore is some of the lightest wheels. And now I'm just gonna take other wheel out. Very nice packaging, by the way. I really am happy with how they took care of all the parts. I'm probably just jinxed it. The deck's probably gonna be like cracked and have like 1,000 holes in it. And next, let's go to the Ethic, the double clamp. Okay, so I kind of have an idea of what this is gonna look like, but not really. I know it's gonna be like the old clamp I have that's white, but it's Ethic, so it's gonna be a lot lighter. And I do have bars coming. They're not gonna be here, so stay tuned for another video on the bars. Ooh. The first thing I noticed were these gold screws and how ridiculously light this is. This thing is the lightest clamp I have ever felt. Holy moly. And of course, it comes with the spacer. That's very nice for if you're gonna run oversized bars. You can just slide this out and boom, you can fit oversized bars. You got undersized bars, just pop this bad boy straight in there and you're good to go with undersized. And I really like the gold screws. I think that's really cool and how the Ethic did that. That's awesome. And I still can't believe on how light this thing is. It's like, this almost feels weightless. It's ridiculous. Now moving on to the headset, which is going to be red, I think. Yep. Now this looks awesome. That's really nice. They provide you with bearings. Okay. So I'm gonna save those bearings because when I get the bars, it will be even better. But here, correct me if I'm wrong, I think that this goes on, like, it sits, so the fork's right here, it goes on the fork, and then, or on the bottom side of the fork, and then this goes on top, like right underneath the clamp. So it would be like this, and then it'd be like this, and then the clamp sits right above it, like just like that. So just if you were wondering how that works. And this red color, it looks sick, and I really like how it has the Ethic DTC on it. It says Ethic on it. I really like that writing. I think that looks pretty cool. And now moving on to the HIC kit. There's not much I can really say about this. That almost went to the moon. But really, this just goes on top of the fork, and then this screw goes in it, just like this, and then this would go on the bottom, like so, and this goes on top, like this, and then fork, just for an example. But that's it for the NV HIC kit. And then now for the Ethic Legion fork. It supports SCS or HIC, which that's really good because I know a lot of people, they all have your different preference of fork. Like some people like the SCS better because it's a little bit looser, it's easier to spin, but I like HIC better because it's just more durable. It's harder to break it. And now to see what the fork looks like. Oh my, this fork is really light. It's really light. And it says forged on the bottom. And then you got the little brand name on the side. And what's really, really nice is that it actually comes with the freaking screw. I know so many of them that don't come with the screw. You have to buy a separate screw, and they're always too small. And so this is really nice. And I noticed that it does have spacers in there too. The gold part right here, that's a spacer. That's really helpful. That means you don't have to buy any other parts. Like this is all you need for, you just gotta put the wheel in, bam, make sure the spacer's in there, you're good. You're good to go. You can run the fork. And this is really light. I'm surprised. Like it does not feel like a cheap material. It feels very sturdy, but honestly, it feels like I'm just holding a piece of plastic because of how light this thing is. It's ridiculous. Like the other fork that I have, it's way heavier than this. So this is definitely gonna help me out a lot when I'm trying to go high and do kickless and stuff like that. Okay, now for the part you've all been waiting for. The Ethic Pandemonium deck. I'm so excited to see how this thing looks. I don't know what to expect. Like, this is gonna be ridiculous. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. This tape is so hard to get off. Okay, now for the moment of truth. Oh my gosh, the Ethic Pandemonium in all the glory. Holy moly, this is a nice looking deck. I'm speechless. This thing is so light. It's 2.98 pounds, if you didn't know that. This is the lightest deck you can get besides the Hydra deck. The Hydra deck, I personally wouldn't recommend it just because the weight is so uneven. So if you're thinking to get a light deck, get this. This is amazing. I can't believe on how light this is. Holy crap. And I love that it says Pandemonium on the bottom. I like that. So like when you air, cameras be like, Epic Pandemonium. And another cool feature that this thing has, I'm so glad they put the screw for the brake on the bottom. This helps out so much because when it's up here, it gets rid of the spot right here for grip tape. And so with that gone, you have more grip space on throughout the whole deck. And so that is really nice. And a lot of people say, or I've heard people say, well, at first I thought that this would break because let me look at it. There's like nothing right here. But really, that's not gonna break because look at the weld. Look at the welding on this. Like that is not gonna come off. The only way I've ever seen this deck snap has been right here in the middle. But that's like people that have had it for like 3 or 4 years. So I'm really stoked about this. I'm excited to put it together and this is gonna be awesome. Oh my gosh, this thing is beautiful. And this is the 9.3 size, so if you were wondering. This size is the smallest one, but it is the lightest, and in my opinion, it seems like it'd have the best weight balance, because if it was longer than this, about this much longer, that would just be weird and uncomfortable to ride, because when you're flinging it around, the weight on the deck would be longer, and so that means you'd want to have longer bars. So when you do tricks like kicklesses, it'd make it easier if you had longer bars. And so with this, you don't need to have them as long just because the deck is a little bit smaller. And so now I think we're gonna move on to the building part and assembly. Alright, hey guys, I'm going to be finishing the unboxing tutorial. I'm sorry this is a little bit delayed, but the bars didn't come. So I have the bars on my black and gold scooter, and we decided to get a new pair of bars that are the Hang 5 red bars. I like to call them the Ferrari bars just because they look like the Ferrari color. And there's only 4 of these in the world, this particular bar, because apparently it's very difficult to paint titanium. It took like 2 hours to cut them. And honestly, I really like the feel of it. It's super light. These bars are very light. The bars feel good, and they're oversized. They're very comfortable to use. With this scooter, we are running an NV HIC kit. We are most likely going to get a new one because the headset is making a cracking sound. That's happened to me with both the NV HIC kits that I've had. And so the Titan Solar one has a HIC kit, so we're most likely going to get that same one and put it in here if we do end up getting a new one. But anyway, to wrap this up, I'm going to go start riding and get you guys some clips with this scooter and the other one.